Assalamu alaikum, I don't know your nationality, but I would like your opinion on Islamophobia in Europe. Why are so many Europeans terrified and hateful of Islam? People are terrified and hateful of Islam because of people taking little bits of the Quran and Hadiths and just misinterpreting them or just taking them out of context. So people, when they want to learn about Islam, they ask their neighbor Cheryl. They don't actually go somewhere reputable, you know? And it's dumb because if you want to learn about, for example, maths, you wouldn't go ask your neighbor or some guy from shop. You would actually go and ask a maths teacher, right? But if you want to learn about Islam, you go ask a sheikh, right? You don't just ask some random ass Tom, Dick or Harry, you know? That's what people do. They ask like whoever and they say, oh, the Quran says this. Oh, this hadith says that. And then false information's everywhere and then people are scared. How did you become Muslim? 2 years ago, I found Instagram posts about Islam because I followed hashtag Allahu Akbar because I was looking for Arab funny memes. Because that used to be a meme, right? Just terrorism, right? I used to find that funny. So I followed hashtag Allahu Akbar on Instagram, but I didn't get memes, I got Islamic posts, right? So as these came in my feed, I never unfollowed it for some reason. And that opened my eyes to Islam. And then I slowly started converting, you know, I stopped eating pork. I was still sinning a lot though, as I told you, this was just at the start of my days of being really haram. Recently, just after Eid of this year, after Ramadan, I officially converted. I took the Shahada, started praying, started doing everything, and yeah, alhamdulillah, after a few months of practicing and learning, I'm where I am today. What's the thing you found divine about the Quran? Lots of things, you know, the Quran is from God, so everything in it is divine to us. But what actually shows us the divineness is two things: the mathematical and the scientific miracles of the Quran, and the immense wisdom in it. I'll just give you one example from my alcohol video. The Quran says somewhere, I think it was Surah Al-Baqarah or something, that in intoxicants and games of chance and whatever, there is good and there is bad. There is good and there is bad, right? But the bad outweighs the good. The bad outweighs the good. And there is scientific research showing that alcohol can be good for you in small amounts because of the antioxidants and the other stuff. There's little studies about it, right? But the consensus is that the negatives outweigh the positives. So I was just thinking, how can the Quran know that without like scientific data, right? Because it was 14,000 years ago. No, 1.4k years ago. I think if anyone's looking for self-improvement, they should consider joining Islam. That's facts. Islam is just like self-improvement, but you kind of have to do it. Because in self-improvement, the thought process is, oh yeah, I gotta do this, otherwise I'll be unsuccessful. I need to go to the gym or I'll be fat or too skinny. I need to do this or that will happen. In Islam, it's like you have to do this or you'll go to hell. You can't drink, otherwise you'll go to hell. You know, all of these things, right? There's restrictions that are like obligatory. In self-improvement, it's like, I recommend that you don't do this thing because this will happen. The next day that will happen. In Islam, like you go to hell. And that's good because it's like more urgent. Go to an alcoholic and tell him, oh yeah, don't drink because you'll get sick. He's gonna keep drinking. If he converts to Islam, there's a much higher chance of him quitting.